So happy Thursday for us night out in St. Louis. I'm going to jump into this very quickly because it's something that I have been doing. I jumped into and I thought it was some really cool information to share with you guys. I've got a recorded training from a little bit earlier this week, but I also wanted to share some information with you very quickly. And of course, as anything goes, got to throw up an income disclaimer that not making any promises about anybody making any kind of income here. This is simply an educational platform that me and some of my friends are using to learn how to trade Forex, which for some people is getting some pretty decent results. So I want to show those to you here really quick. Then I'm going to jump into the training. And again, it's just to show you that's real. If you're not sure what Forex is, just reach out to me. I'll send you some information on it. You can take a look at it. It's been around for years and years, a long time. It's nothing new. Big banks do it 24 hours, 7 days a week. This isn't like a business opportunity deal. This is actually an educational program that can teach you how to use your money to make money. It's called foreign exchange trading. Very cool opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with you here real quick. You can take a look at it. If you'd like some more information on how to get enrolled in the platform or to enroll after you see this, just go to this link right here, xtrmfx.com. You can go there. It's going to take you to the enrollment page. You can actually get enrolled into the education platform. Absolutely cool. But let me share these testimonies or stories with you here real quick, and then I'll jump in and I'm going to I'll get the training started. Click on that screen. There we go. And we're off and running. So this is actually in my stories, and I thought what better place to share is to say that I'm completely blown away by the results my friends are getting from our Forex educational platform would be an understatement, which is absolutely cool. Here you can see this is Miss Carly. Carly is actually a makeup artist. She has a profession. She actually worked in Hollywood for a while. And you can see the results that she's getting right here. I think she posted this yesterday. She had $1,072 in profit. Again, income disclaimer, we're not guaranteeing you that you're going to make a dime doing this. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. Just don't want the FTCs and all the ABCs and all that to come and say that we're saying that you're going to get it because Carly did. Everybody has different results. Hey, Laura, what's going on? And then through the week, it looks like it was 3,941, I believe. Again, she is a makeup artist, just a normal person, just like me and you. I'm a car sales guy, so same type of deal here. Then, of course, this is Latoya right here. She's in telecommunications. She actually picked up and started. This was her beginning part of the day, which is $12.85. She wrapped up the day with $4,073 in profits, which is absolutely cool. Again, disclaimer, not going to guarantee you're going to make a dime because you may not be as smart as these two ladies or take the time to learn what they're learning and go through the process and go through the educational process. But again, the results are just absolutely phenomenal. We've got an ER doctor that's making money. So it doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter if you came from jail or from Harvard, wherever you're at. If you jump into this educational platform, the cool thing I like about it is they've got about 13 or 14 different instructors, all have different teaching styles and educational styles, and you can pick out the one that works for you. But then the neat thing about it is you can jump into a dummy account, right? You can jump into a dummy account and use that dummy account to practice with practice money, but it's like live. So you actually see the live, actually, like if you're looking at the Australian dollar versus Japanese dollar, you can actually look at it live and you can go in and you can learn how to do it. You can do an app on your phone. It's really neat to take. There is a learning curve. It's just like if you're going to learn martial arts, right? And you're going to go to martial arts class. You're not going to be Bruce Lee the day you walk in the door. You're going to start at a white belt, and you're going to work your way up through the levels, and you're going to learn how to block and counter punch and do all that kind of stuff. You learn how to see punches get telegraphed, and you'll learn kicks and swings and roundhouse kicks and front kicks and down blocks and up blocks and side blocks. You'll learn all the different types of katas, and you'll learn all that stuff, but it takes a while. And that's just like learning to trade, is there's different types of styles and be able to read the charts and know when to get in the market and when to get out of the market. Very cool. Again, like there's different types of styles, just like in martial arts, there's jujitsu and kung fu and karate and taekwondo. There's different types of styles. Now there's mixed martial arts. So there's all types of different types of styles that are different fighting styles. And that's a really good analogy for learning how to trade Forex. It's not going to happen overnight. It does take a while. And some people learn it quicker than others. I'm a little bit slower than these two, but I'm playing catch up, which is neat here. So Going on to here again, they are both, like I said, they're both beginners, Carly's and makeup artists, Latoya's and telecommunications. They spend an average of 30 minutes to 90 minutes a day. So it's not an all day thing that you have to be in this platform doing that. Again, they're both beginners, absolutely no experience, and created results within the first 30 to 60 days of enrolling in our educational platform. Again, results may vary, right? Results may vary. It's totally up to you how fast you learn or how fast you don't learn. So again, it's plugging in, going through the beginner basics, going into the intermediate basics, going through the prerequisites, getting plugged into the live training classes, which they have pretty much 5 days a week, which is really, really cool, from actual expert traders that will actually show you and walk you through why you do. One of the cool classes they have is on Saturdays, where they sort of do a recap, and a bunch of people submit their so-called homework. In other words, a screenshot of their charts, and one of the instructors will go through and analyze it with them and say, well, you could have done this here, you should have done that here. That's a great job. You did a good job. And it gives me, the newer person in the platform, to look at it and go, oh, I can take a note there. That's what I was looking at. I was looking at this area. I was looking at the chart. I should have done this up here. I should have done that up there. Very, very neat. Again, everybody learns at a different pace, just like in school. There's some of us that got A's and there are some people that got D's. It just depends on what you're learning, right? So again, some cool things about learning to trade Forex. One is you don't need a degree. You don't have to worry about going into student loan debt. There's unlimited income potential. Again, income disclaimer, you may not make any money. You can work when and where you want. Most traders work less than 2 hours a day, and you can trade from anywhere in the world, which is absolutely neat. So again, if you want some more information about the platform, the educational platform, just reach out to me and I will definitely get that for you. Just shoot me a private message or get you the link, or you can just go to the one scrolling across the screen here to get hit. So let me do the screen share here. Let me go to full screen. There we go. And then I'm going to hit play, and hopefully we got good volume on this, which I have a feeling we probably don't. So let me see how this plays out.
That you are doing fantastic. I hope that you have had an amazing start to September. That's where we are now. And I also hope that everything is going your way. And if it's not, expected to. Start off with expectation and not negativity. Otherwise, you're only going to attract more negativity. And how does that tie into trading? Most people get started and they have this mindset of,
somebody can give me a thumbs up on the volume. Make sure you can hear that okay.
Money doesn't grow on trees. No, money does grow on trees. It does. And if you can get that in your head, especially if you're in this game called Forex trading, shout out to anybody that's a student of Elevate, you'll know that money really does grow on trees. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm simply saying it to let you know it starts with your mind. It starts with your mindset. And most people, they come to the table with hopes instead of expectation, and I think that's the biggest part of all of this is our mindset. We talk about it every single time, every single class. And so, exactly, Mario. So if you're, is it okay if because sometimes I have a hard time being real all the time because I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, but can I just be real for 1 second, please? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I need permission. I need permission. Let me know in the chat box. It's okay. Just say okay. It is okay, because Mario's giving me 8 minutes. Here's why I really want to be real with you. You can have anything you believe that's yours and that you want to have. Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, the not so good news is money is a tool that somehow has been watered down to be bad, that you want and need more money. It's okay. It's okay. See, you have to fix that part of your thinking, because I'm trying this headset again. Because in reality, if you already think that there's a lack of money that's going to come to you, then you're wasting your time trading. You're going to bring those thinking patterns into trading, and you're going to be greedy. You're going to force trades. You're not going to wait for the setup. You're going to make excuses for yourselves. Some of you that maybe you haven't even taken a leap of faith to start learning Elevate right now, how to trade and what the banks are doing with our money. And most people are so intimidated by something that they're already doing, they're just not reaping the benefit. All we're doing at Elevate is exposing the truths that this market is real and you can have any dollar amount that you choose. So without further ado, I always have to just give you a quick rant. I want to set the tone. I need you to remove any preconceived ideas that you're bringing to the table today. Any limiting beliefs that you may possess and they've been following you, you've been dragging them around, and you've just made excuses for yourself over and over. No more. No more. You do not have permission to do that. And one thing we're going to do at Elevate is we'll elevate the way you think as well. We're going to challenge you in areas that maybe you haven't been challenged before. Maybe you have, you need a reminder. And this isn't to come off arrogant or state that I'm better than or we're better than or any of that stuff at Elevate. It's just a place where, man, I wish someone would have charged into me like a rhino and told me some things that I needed in the very beginning. I wish that would have happened to me. I wish that would happen to me because I wouldn't have had to take so many lessons that were financial losses, expensive lessons, and it also wouldn't have taken me so long to sustain the profits that I did make at a very quick experience. So without further ado, here's what I want to do. I don't want to do all the talking. I want to have a conversation. And today I get the pleasure and the luxury of sharing some time with one of our top educators. This guy is a living legend, and I might as well remove this. It's not serving me anyway. This guy's a living legend, and I'm grateful to be able to work with him. It's funny how our relationship began. You know, he was my son's soccer coach, and I was just like, man, this dude is cool. He's down to earth. He has amazing work ethic. And we tried some business venture in the past that, you know, didn't work out in our favor. And because of that not working out, we reconnected through trading. And it's funny how a lot of things can happen to us, and we think it's to us, rather than setting us up for something greater. Are you hearing what I'm saying? I want to speak to someone that has gone through something, that maybe is still dealing with something, and you're frustrated, you're tired or exhausted, and you stay positive. And when is my opportunity going to come? Now, I don't have any, and nor do you, any control on timing. You only have control on your choices and your mindset and your emotions. But it's funny how certain things seem terrible, but they're actually really amazing for us. And we don't see it. The experience doesn't fall in our lap yet. And because it's something that happened to me and this particular person, G Money, by the way, is our educator I'll be talking to. It brought us together later, way later, like unforeseen. And I shared trading. He then began to have an expectation that one day he was going to be successful at what he's learning. And now he's an educator. Now he's a full-time, I won't take his story and his glory, but full-time father, husband, trader, leader, teacher. Folks, without further ado, let me make sure I gave him full-blown permission here. I believe I have. G Money, if you can hear us, my friend, go ahead and say hello to the beautiful people.
I'm right here. Can you hear me, man?
I can't see you. You're
showing off my logo right there. I actually found this just on a Google search.
I like this.
It's cool, huh?
You all, as he's, oh, you got the red on. What's up?
Yeah, we got the same red shirt.
Folks, if you know who G Money might be, drop a G $ in the chat box. If you're on Facebook, tuning in, you know, we got the red going. Look at us on the same page.
That's right.
So wait, are you agreeing that where the dollar is bearish right now? Is that why you're wearing the red, or is it just coincidence?
And that's the reason why you're worried. So let me check the indice right quick, man. We're probably giving out clues right now.
I know, right? So folks, it's a pleasure to be working with G Money, because I mean, again, like G, I told him part of our story that you were hearing, that, you know, we tried some stuff in the past, it didn't work out, and years later, for whatever reason, we stayed connected. And I know you were hesitant in the beginning when it came to trading, you know, and then our last thing is like, what does this guy want, you know? But share with us your story, you know, what was maybe what life was like before trading? What was your previous passion or profession? You know, share with everyone here.
Yeah, so I mean, you mentioned a little bit. I coach soccer. I have a soccer academy that I'm trying to grow here in the area where I'm from, Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas. We're back in the map for sure about that. But I actually wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a math teacher. I got pretty good at math at some point in my high school days, and you know, teaching has came, I guess, natural in a sense, where I just like to explain things, make a complicated situation and minimal as possible, make it simple. But then once I did get in the education system, I was a teacher assistant, and then I worked in the CR's, in the registrar's office, and I just saw all the politics of education system, the control, the liberty that the teachers do not have. Well, it wasn't this particular school, but that just put a bad taste in my mouth. So I ventured out towards entrepreneurship, and that was around 2011. And then I met John, like, well, maybe 08, John, give or take. 08?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have actually Junior and Gia are the same year. They're born the same year. So whatever year we met, that's how old, that's how long, the kids have been kind of. So I think they were probably about 2 years old, the kids. So we've known each other for six. Yeah, so we've known each other now 6 to 7 years going. So but it's been great. It's been great. I mean, now trading and educate, that's what I do. Oh, I still coach.
So why did you, after that experience as being a teacher, what makes you want to teach trading now that what drives you to teach anything? Because you said math, I'm like, I do not want to teach math.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I like making something really complicated very simple, and trading is really simple, but the way it's taught, it can be very, very complicated. So I guess it just comes, it's a sixth sense that I have, I guess you could say, in the sense that, I do all of the work on the back end to make it easier for everybody to succeed, And that's our goal here at Elevate, for the students to win.
So talk about what did you do from a personal level and maybe even a studying level to become an educator, because we're not talking about you're just a trader, you actually teach, and in order to teach something, you need to be decent at it, right? And so how did you become so decent to become an educator?
I think you kind of hit it off in the beginning when you were introducing yourself and myself, kind of. It's about belief, right? Like, for those of you guys who do entrepreneurship and who your paradigm has to be at a certain level. You have to have a certain belief. Whatever you think is what you believe, and whatever you think most of is exactly what's going to happen. You manifest those things, and believe it or not, y'all, what's it called? it's just to believe that, you know, that you're really, really good at what you do. You know, like you literally said, since I met John, he's always been saying is, you know, your creed, I am a master trader, you know, I'm a master trader, I'm a master trader, I'm a master trader. So every time I was learning, listening to, you know, reading education videos, learning for myself, took the trades, they went well, took the trades, they went bad. All I said is, you know, I'm a master trader. And I tell myself every day, I was born to do this. Not in a cocky way, but it's just another way for us to elevate ourselves. You really do gotta have that belief that you're really good at this. I mean, really, this is the only trading Forex could be the only thing you could do if you really want it. It's a $7 trillion daily business that you can get a little piece of the crumb and make a living. So it's like, I really do tell myself, not in an arrogant way, but I really was born to do this. And that just kind of keeps me going.
No, that's awesome, man. I love that. I love that you shared that, because I literally just said that. It starts with our mindset. And in your experience as an educator, what do you think, what's a couple of things that stand out to you that maybe take people out of this or that creates more struggle for them?
Well, I think that, well, first of all, I mean, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is like, is this real? Right? Is this real? Is this real? Like, you know, and here's how you can find out that trading is real. Open a real live account, put some money in there, lose it, and try to get that money back from that broker that you got it. Seriously, that's how you find out this is real. But see, here's where the mindset trick comes in. If you can really lose that money, you can actually win it. So it's just a matter of you putting the pieces together of whatever, you know, strategy, whatever outlook you want to partake in, and just flip the switch, do you know, practice your proper trade management and so forth. And you'll start seeing, you know, you're gonna be more positive and being able to withdraw. So yeah, if the money is gone for real, the money will stay for real.
Yeah, no, that's true. So talk to us. What can one expect when they come to your class?
Well, for our classes, you know, we teach. We're like an extension of smart money concepts. We look at supply and demand as the main source that drives the market, and you know, just our classes are, for the most part, they are at an advanced level. So we don't have a structure as far as, you know, we're gonna start here and there. Basically, it's like when you come to our class, be ready to you know, we put it all out there. We talk about structure. We talk about, you know, the indicators we like to use. And we also talk about equilibrium zones. And then little by little, you know, you start putting pieces together. But I always say to all in classes is that trading has really no beginning, and there is no end to it, or where you can start, because you can create a basics course and then take it all the way around to the advanced, or you can begin in an advanced area and just break it back down to the very basics. So, you know, that's kind of where we can expect in that aspect of things for our classes.
Awesome. Before we go deeper out, I want the beautiful people to see an example of some things that maybe they'll experience in class and what you teach. But before we get to that point, you know, what, in your opinion, what makes Elevate so different? And we always talk about how different we are, and, you know, I don't want to ever use the word better than, but I'll say it, no one else has to say it. And it's not me being biased, it's because of my experience from other companies that are out there. Why are we so good and different than any of the other options?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, all educators, we're real. You know, we're real with each other, we're real with the students. You know, we don't have, you know, we don't put any other strategy on the pedestal. You know, we all, you know, if there's a $7 market, you know, it's an infinite amount of people that can learn. Everybody has different learning styles. Was that my alarm? Everybody has different learning styles, and everybody has different learning styles, and they can, you know, grasp what they want from there, and then they build their own. We're trying to create independent traders. That's what we're trying to do, but with the support of a community, the support of of technology, and also the support from all the educators live via our communication channel in classes and everything else that we have.
Well, folks, if you're still with us and you want to hear and see what is it that he teaches, and maybe get to some questions toward the end, drop a G in that chat box for me, so I know that you're still listening, you're still paying attention. G-E-E-E, that's drop a G in there. So G Money, here's what I would like to do, man. Show us a couple of aspects, a couple of pointers, and let the students see what is it about your class. I love your class. To be honest with you, like I don't come to it enough. But even when those times I have, I'm like, golly, the time that I've been learning trading, the way you see it, which we see it similar, but the way you see it is so, it's so simple that I'm like, I'm just overthinking over here.
Makes me want to take off the clouds sometimes, right? I'm just kidding.
And so,
just kidding.
Give us an experience. Walk us through something. You?
But actually, I was going to just add that to that. See, also with the last question you asked me, what makes us different? See, us educators, we want to get better for ourselves and for the community, and we work together. Hey, this is working for me. This is working for you. Let's combine, an outlook and see how we can make it better. That's one thing that I really like. It just makes us even much better educators. Yeah, for sure. Let me stop the video here and hit share my desktop. Just I'll go real quick with the introduction of our class. You can see the screen.
Yeah.
It'll take me like 30 seconds here. But basically, we're an extension of Smart Money, and our class is we themed it into the Matrix. Myself, along with Orpheus, helps me out, of Marcus on the classes, and there's a disclaimer as always. But yeah, we talk about what is the Matrix, the actual movie, and compare it to the charts. And believe it or not, there's a lot of parallels to that. And what is one of those parallels? Well, you just have to know that in the market there's Agent Smith. There's liquidity pools that the banks need to get towards to go from point A to point B and so forth. And we explain a lot of liquidity pools and how they work and so forth in our classes. And then, we'll also talk about one of my favorite things, how, the market is fractal, that there is no spoon, meaning that, really our outlook, anybody's outlook can be traded in any time frame, scalper to, intraday to position to swing trader. You can definitely, find a play that suits your needs. Also, ultimately, we want you to get to the point where, Kung Fu, structure, how to use the Fibonacci tool, the retracement tool, the supply and demand zones, and all the other good stuff that we like. But for the most part, our main three things are, so the market is fractal, then Kung Fu, supply and demand, equilibrium zones, and structure. Those are the three things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, trading is a 90% mindset. And we'd like to take at least 5, 10, 15 minutes to elaborate right here. In this aspect of things. But that's a quick introduction of how the Matrix class goes. Again, myself and Marcus are the ones that host this together, and we have a good time. We definitely have a good time.
I think one thing I love too is you guys make it so fun, and that part alone is unique with how we teach, because a lot of other options out there, it's just boring. It's boring. It's not fun. It's not interactive, and we do our best we don't just show up and do something, right? We actually, look, this is proof right here. I wasn't sure what you were going to show us, but this here is proof that we just try to prepare. We try to prepare. We try to make this fun as it should be. This should not ever feel like a job or stress ball situation. You know, everything that we teach is a spinoff of smart money concepts, smart money principles, institutional type, you know, trading on the edge, because they got insider stuff that they do that no one will ever have access to.
Right.
But we can get you real stinking close to this is how the big guys trade. Let's trade with them, not against them. You will lose. They have billion and trillion dollar accounts, multi-million dollar accounts, you know, and so you coming to the table, even if a student were to throw in $1 million, you will still lose against these guys because they trade smart money, thinking concepts, the whole shebang, and we learn how to trade along with them. So, Gene, you brought up, you know, Agent Smith, and you brought up There's No Spoon, and then you brought up Knowing Kung Fu. Can you elaborate on those things? Can you expound on that? You know, starting with, you know, why are you calling this the Matrix, and can you blend that with Agent Smith somehow?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, in the movie The Matrix, you know, it was a system of control. Basically, artificial intelligence robots were controlling humans to thinking that, you know, they were in the real world, but in reality they were just sleeping, dreaming, plugged into the Matrix. So there goes the explanation of the movie. But in trading, the trading world, the Forex world, the charts that we read, they're actually already controlled. You know, the banks, the institutions, the ones who move the market from price A to price B and vice versa, they know exactly where they're gonna go. They know exactly, it's already pre-planned. You know, the only thing though is just we need to just be aware of that. And once you're aware of it, you know, and once you know where those liquidity pools are at, and you know, or the next zone the price is gonna go to, it can make trading a lot easier.
So what do you mean by there's no spoon?
Well, the market is fractal. So, you know, the market is fractal. I can go back here just to kind of show this. So, I mean, this is the same picture, just shrunk, right? You know, just the same picture. Well, in the market, if you are looking for a play, a buy or sell situation, it doesn't matter what time frame it is. As long as you see it, you can definitely, you know, take it. I'll show a quick example right here.
Yeah, give us an example.
Yeah, let me do that for you guys. So let me hide this right here.
Stop my camera so they can watch it.
I'll go, yep. Let me turn mine out too, so you can still see my screen, right? You can have closely on the charts. Absolutely. So, like for example, like this play right here, I'll never forget it. It's like I never forget these plays once they're engraved in, right? So we have an indicator that basically tells us, you know, supply. It basically quick overview on supply and demand. Very simple. You know, if the buyers are in control, if supply is in control, the market sells, and if the buyers are in control, the demand is in control, the market buys, right? But see, how can you read that in the charts, right? Well, believe it or not, these three candlesticks right here, these three candlestick patterns, the 1, 2, 3, maybe I start from the bottom. They tell me everything, right? This engulfing candlestick basically tells me who is in control, right? It tells me who's in control. Now here's the important thing. It's like we also had an engulfing candlestick right here. But see, this engulfing candlestick is not the same as this engulfing candlestick. So this one is the engulfing candlestick that I'm looking at right now. And I color that green because it's a good one. But this one right here, I'm gonna color it red. Right? And that's not a good one, right? And the reason why is because of the second candle to the left. That's our great friend, the BEC, right? And usually this candle tells us we're in control. The bulls are in control. So this little area here, and I'm highlighting now the BC, becomes the equilibrium zone. Now I'm on the daily, right? On the daily. So how do I play this, right? So usually that's my entry zone, and then usually this is my stop loss right there. So our job in Into the Matrix is to help you identify these candles. Well, not anymore. Now that we have the the indicator that tells us all, but let me just kind of hit play right here. Okay, see how price went back towards it? And if I turn on the indicator, see how that white candle was titled the BEC, the brother in gold candle. So that basically tells me that is an equilibrium zone, right? That's an equilibrium zone. It's a real powerful one because it's on the daily, but our goal is to at least give you a 3-to-1 risk reward to risk to try to gain 3%. But look how powerful this one was, John, off the daily, right? Price, did all this. And here goes the thing with Agent Smith, right? Agent Smith, at this particular candle, right, he enticed buyers to get in here. Price went up. Nope, not ready, not ready, not ready. And then when price gets there, it literally just takes off. Like literally took off way over there, right? And this 3-to-1 went from almost a 20% growth, situation from the daily. So that was it. I mean, that's basically the BEC. So if we go to gold, that's a 2-hour, that's a daily play. Now we go to gold on the 2-hour, right? On the 2-hour time frame, right? And just kind of train your eye. This is gold, right? There it goes. Right there. So now we're in the 2-hour. The computer can. There it goes. So we're in the 2-hour. And what do we have there again? What do we have there right there? Maybe the chat can put it in there. What do we have in there again?
Yeah, if you know what he's talking about here in the chat, let us know. Give us some feedback. What is it that you see?
BEC and an engulfing candle.
There he goes.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That's an equilibrium zone, right? That's an equilibrium zone to enter. Your stop loss is below the engulfing candlestick, right? And then you just let price come back towards it, mitigate, and so forth. But the main focus is 3 candles: the engulfing candlestick, the one prior, and the most important one, the BEC, where the indicator is highlighted right there. And then so from the daily, we showed you a BEC play. Now we're in the 2-hour, showing you the same exact play. And then once price makes his way there, right? Stop this. Right? Once price makes his way there, takes a little bit of mitigation and so forth. Agent Smith in play, and there it goes. The same play. It happened. The same candle pattern happened, and it also went for a very good risk to reward if you played it. So I even think it went higher than that, John. Let me see. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, so that is what I call there is no spoon. The market being fractal. Patterns happen all over again.
I like that. And for those that have no idea what he's talking about, is the way you should perceive price action. I'm speaking to people that have experienced the basics. If you haven't experienced the basics, what he means by, and I'm just trying to put this in another form for it to be digested here in the mind, there's no spoon. Is price action's going to do what it's going to do, but it always leaves clues. Someone asked in the chat box, what strategy is the best strategy and all that stuff. all strategies, all indicators work if you know how to use them. What you want to think about to become a successful trader is how can I think like the trillionaire bank traders and be in the same thinking patterns and exercise those tools and resources the right way so that I can extract whatever amount that I want. And what we teach is how to risk 1%, maybe up to 3%. And when you get advanced, maybe up to 5% max, but you're never risking more than that on any single given trade in one setting. And I like that because that means if you're learning and you're trying to figure it out, you can experience some losses. Eventually the losing stops, and you shouldn't always experience losses, but while you're learning and beyond, you always do proper risk management. Now, I love, for those that have never seen that before, he was on TradingView. He looked at the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, and you notice he didn't have anything else fancy on that chart. Not a single thing. Now, the indicator that he's talking about is his methodology that's automated. So now you don't have to be able to see with your own eyes that there's no spoon. It's going to pop up those indications. Is my spoon tripping?
No, you're good. I think you're good.
Okay, I hear weird echo or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe me. I think I got rid of it. The whole point is what he teaches is very simple up front. You're looking for a certain thing, a certain sequence in the market, and then you properly risk management that trade. And I love G that you say there's no spoon, because a lot of times, John, what's your favorite time chart? And you want to know what time chart. All the time charts, they give you the same information. That's what he means by there's no spoon.
Yeah.
The lower the time chart, maybe the less gain you can get pip-wise, depending on how you manage that trade, but you're going to see the same stuff. It's buying and selling. It's going up, it's going down. It's in consolidation and then contraction and expansion and so on. All of that, it doesn't matter what time chart you're on. You can be on the 30-second, 1 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 2 day, 1 day, a week or month chart. It doesn't matter. That's what he means by there's no spoon in the market is fractal, is it does the same stuff over and over and over, and it does it to cause confusion. And
but if you're aware of this confusion, you're prepared for it, and that's a good example. Actually, show another quick example right here, John, with what happened with UCAD today. I mean, with UCAD today, we actually caught a really good buy.
Was this the one we talked about in class?
No, this is the one I shared this morning.
Okay. I thought we were talking about one inside the line too. I thought, but I can't remember.
Yeah, this is one that I shared this morning while we were reviewing charts. I mean, for those of you guys who are more familiar with structure and so forth, so this is just the 1 hour, right? As right now, I mean, the market is walking up, right? What do you call this, John? What do you call it? Stair stepping, right? It's doing this, so it's creating, higher highs and here. I mean, obviously this is a higher low. This is a higher low. So price naturally has to come over here in this area to go higher, right? So that's just basically getting the understanding of the direction. Right now, this is more what I would call an advanced play. That's what you have. You have us educators here, to kind of guide us. Here, the indicator doesn't really tell us the BEC is there. What it does, but on the opposite way. But I identified, because of this engulfing price action bullish, that told me that the buyers are in control. Now, where would they want to come back towards? Right? And this is a great example of how the market is fractal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful example of how the market is fractal. This is demand zone, right? If we take this higher low and take it to the peak, give or take, right? Okay, where does this demand zone lie? Well, it lies around the 61, 78%. Anything below the 50, 61, 78%, expect for the buyers to show themselves, right? And price gets to there and just takes off. Look at that. Just takes off. Beautiful, right? But then, well, how high can this thing go? How high can this bullish run go? Well, you go to a bigger time frame and you take the high swing and take it to the bottom swing, right? And where do we expect potentially that the sellers will come in? You know, anywhere between 50 and 61, maybe 78%. And look what, and that's exactly what happened. It went up there and they rejected it and it came right back down. So if you were looking for the buy, you caught this move. If your focus was to sell, you potentially caught this move to the downside. And that's basically the whole, the best example of how the market is fractal. There is no swing. You know?
So what do you mean by I know Kung Fu?
That's basically knowing,
the knowing and applying, yeah?
The knowing and applying of whatever I have down here. Supply and demand, the structure, the equilibrium zones, the Fibonacci that I just shared. So that's like basically knowing Kung Fu is knowing how myself and Marcus analyze this market, along with the confirmations of the cloud, the Oracle indicator and the Brick Squad indicator, which gives us the BDCs and rally-based rallies and so forth.
My friends who are listening, I want you to realize that you can't get this explanation anyplace else. You cannot get his custom methodology indicator anyplace else. It's only at Elevate. No one else even explains it that way. So I love that the way that you and Marcus intertwine this actually one of my favorite movies too for a whole lot of reasons. But so one of my final questions and point. Talk to us about freeing your mind. What do you mean by that?
I mean, just freeing your mind is just a mindset that you have to have. You gotta have a positive winning mindset when it comes to the market. If you're winning, it's you won. But if you take an L, it's a lesson. It's a lesson for you to get up and find the next play. That's where the market comes in. You got to understand the market. You got to understand that not every trade is winnable. It doesn't matter where educators have 20, 30, 50 years of experience trading. We can control the market, and we can just trade in the direction that gives them the most confirmation. But at the end of the day, if you take a loss for the day, it's not the educator's fault. It's not your fault. It happens. How can you get up from that lesson and continue? And then vice versa. If you're winning, and you met your quota, maybe 3% gain, maybe 5, maybe 10% gain, can you turn it off? There were some situations in my trading journey where I've been in profit plus 10% before 10 a.m. Central Time, right? Maybe sometimes even 10% gains before 8 o'clock Central Time. Like the market just opened and I'm already up 10%. I gotta trade some more, Can I get a little bit more, And the next thing you know, that 10% goes down to 9, goes down to 8, goes down to 7, goes down to 3%. And the next thing you know, you're looking at the charts and you're trading for an additional 2 hours. And next thing you know, you close the day with 9% gain. You should have just closed it when you met your quota. So all these mindset things are never ending, and they're always going to happen. And that's the reason why we need these reminders to tell us, to measure our greed, to measure our fear of missing out, and so on and so forth.
No, I like that, and it's funny because
true story. It's true story.
I meet students all the time, and I'm trying to explain there's phases to this journey. Even when you start having success, you still want to be plugged into the community for things like freeing your mind. I mean, Gene, I don't know if they heard what he said. Folks, if you heard what he said, how much percentage was he up before the market even finished opening? Before 10 a.m., we'll say 10%. Absolutely, 10%. If you save your money, if you saved it, can you even get 10% in a month?
Oh, in a savings account, right?
Yeah, in a savings account.
In a savings account, yeah. Or
with their 401k.
No.
In the States, we got a big 401k system here. You know, really, G got it in less than an hour. In less than an hour. One trade.
See, that's also something that you do have to put in your mindset, you know? Yeah, we strive for 3 to 1%, but I'm not to the point to where, like, you know, I can get 5%, I can get 10%. And you know, those things will come. You just gotta believe it. You gotta, manifest it, it'll come, but
and then there's another phase. I'm in a phase where if I don't do 30% in a week, I'm mad.
There you go.
I'm mad. If I
and
don't
you
get 30%,
got 10% a week. Yeah.
If I don't get 30% within 72 hours, I'm upset. How many times did you trade, John, all week? 1. And I get upset. And then some of our students, but John, I didn't have a good week. Well, get it next week. All you need is a consistent 3%. That's it. And honestly, that should come from one trade. One successful trade per day can keep someone's JOB and 401k dependence away. We're not trying to turn everybody into full traders. You'll decide if you want to be a full trader. We won't do that. We won't hold back any sauce. We're going to push you to be great. We're going to push you to free your mind. We're going to remind you the reason that you said yes to this if you shared with us what you're trying to accomplish. But you know what? We're also going to keep you in check. We're going to keep you in check. That's the point of the community here. And Mario, and it's crazy because everyone that sees the power very early, they want to be a full-time trader. You don't have to be a full-time trader. If you can get good at 3% a week, 3 times 4 is 12. That's 12 minimal percent in a month. You are winning in life with trading. You're winning. Now, depending on your account size, that can be a crazy amount of money. You can live off of that. You can compound it and make it a real serious amount of income, and I don't think, G, that we talk about that enough, how powerful just one winning trade a day can truly change somebody's life. Now, if you love what you do and you just want to get better in your, investment portfolio or use trading to pay, trading is a vehicle just like anything else. The question is your vehicle working? Are you driving, no offense, a Pinto, or do you want to have a vehicle that gets you point A to point B fast? I don't want to claim that vehicle for you. I'm a Rolls Royce guy and a Porsche guy, but are you getting there in style and enjoying your life off of your Lamborghini is fine, Reese. I like Lamborghinis too. Not in Texas. These bumpy roads is just no bueno. I'm looking at a Koenigsegg right now, but that's a whole nother conversation. Can see 4 people. But, are you getting there in style in your life? Are you truly designing life? And I really mean that. This isn't cliche. You may hear it somewhere else, and they don't mean it the way that we mean it at Elevate. I want to know if someone really wants to design their life, because you're not going to get any younger. You're not getting any more time back. And you do not have any control much longer. They will enforce things to take your control. So you better get ready to design your life so you can go do whatever in the world you want to do with whoever you want to do it with. You don't have to leave anybody behind. That's what trading does for you. That's what we try to show you at Elevate, is you don't have to leave anyone behind. You can help them elevate too while you're elevating you. And this game is so massive, 7 trillion per day, 24 hours, 5 days a week, unless you throw crypto, it's 7 days a week. And you can have any amount, any amount. What is it that you want? What is your expectation? Hey, that comment said serious. So, G, any final words? Any final words? And normally I would allow some questions, and I think you did an amazing job. So, are there any final words that you want to add or take away before we land the plane here?
Oh, well, just to I guess sum up what you said, and just, yeah, you know, we really, as educators, we really want you all to succeed. We already succeeded as educators, you know, and we're growing from that. So, you know, our job now is to help, you know, you succeed. And the best way for you to succeed is definitely staying plugged in, definitely asking questions, you know, live or even to the Discord. Definitely share charts, and you know, and then use the community to you know, that's leverage. That's for current students. But if you're not a student right now, I mean, it's just a matter of jumping in. You know, jumping in on our live sessions. You know, become a student of Elevate, and you know, don't worry about time. You know, you're learning a skill set that once you figure it out, nobody's gonna take it away from you. Nobody's gonna take it away from you. And you know, you can go on vacation, you know, clock, you know, and don't even have to clock in and stay longer in that vacation if you need to, because you have access to trading. This is a 24-hour, you know, gig, you know, 5 days a week. But other than that, I mean, you know, we as educators, I just can't say this enough. We already won. We already did. So our job is for you guys to win. And that's our goal next. You know, freeing your mind.
Awesome. Hey, G, seriously, it's a pleasure, man. And you already know this, but I want to say it publicly to everybody else. You are an amazing guy. You're an amazing person in general, and you've made me a better educator as well. Clearly, we've sharpened each other and we trade together, and we're just different at Elevate. I don't know what else to say. Folks, before we let you go here, we have something huge happening in Houston, Texas at noon this Friday, September the 10th. September the 10th. It will be almost a 3-hour hands-on live classroom experience. For those that I learn better in the room with people, and I need to meet the educator and be next to them, and all of those excuses. We're going to do something special for you that we've never done before. Hopefully it even goes okay. I don't know how it's going to go, but hopefully, you know, it goes according to what we're shooting for. I got 2 amazing educators coming to town, and we're gonna do our very best to free your mind. So without further ado, G, I appreciate you, everyone tuning in. I appreciate you. Drop some G $ signs in that chat box. Let them feel the love. Go show them love in the community group as well. If you're a student in the chat group, go show some love in there for G Money and Marcus.
So absolutely awesome. So excited about that. If you are in the Houston market, if you live in Houston and you'd like to attend the event tomorrow, one is you're going to need a smartphone and or an iPad or a laptop so that you can ride along with them. And it's going to be an actual class. It's about 3 hours. Reach out to me. I'll get you the details. I'll get you registered, and I'll let you know how to get connected there in the Houston market so that you can get in and get a seat and see and sit in and get to meet our crew, get to meet the people that I'm working with that are teaching me to trade, and get to meet the platform leaders that can help and see if this is something for you. So if you're in the Houston market, or if you know somebody that's in the Houston market, then again, I'd like to learn how to trade. Again, it's a skill that once you learn it, you never lose it. It's something you can use for the rest of your life. So if you're just graduating from high school, maybe a college student hasn't picked out their degree yet. In other words, you don't want to know what you want to do for a major. Maybe you're a stay-at-home parent and you're just looking for some ways to earn some extra cash, or maybe you're a professional that wants to add an extra stream of income into what you're doing. Learning how to trade can definitely do that. And if you're somebody like me that's older, maybe an empty nester, maybe you're retired and you're like, I just want to do something extra to add some more income because maybe you want to do some charity work or something like that. Very, very cool. And again, the style that he taught today really resonated with me. It really made a lot of sense. It's about figuring out which style is going to work for you. And inside their education platform, each instructor goes through, there's a portion of their training they go through and they review their style. So when you see, go, oh, that's me, right? And you may grow as you learn more stuff. You may say, oh, I can adopt that. And some of the stuff overlaps a little bit. So you can use a little bit of one, a little bit of another to be able to read those charts and to be able to go in. And you can't, the cool thing about the community is before you lose any money, like I said, there's a demo account. You can go in and play with it and get really good at it before you actually use your real money. Very, very cool. And you're actually using a demo account on actual live action to see if you can make money, which is really, really neat. So appreciate you for hanging out. I love you. Jesus loves you. Absolutely nothing you can do about it. If you want some more information about this trading platform, educational platform, I said it's an educational platform. It's not a trading platform. It's an educational platform. If you'd like some information on it, reach out to me. I'll definitely get you the details. I think I shared a link over here in some of the sites. I know it's on YouTube and over on LinkedIn. I can also get you some more details on it, get you plugged into some more training, some more updated information if you'd like that. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.